What does a funeral cost today? That is not a simple question, so I can't just give you a simple answer. There's a lot of things coming into play here, a lot of choices, a lot of decisions to be made. So the way I'd like to do this is start at the very bottom, which is a direct cremation. That's going to be around $3,000. Now we can add a simple service to that with a plastic box for the burial, maybe a simple urn. So now you're talking $3,000 to $5,000. So let's add to that um, a traditional viewing and a burial. Now you're looking at around $7,000, and that's just a simple service. Okay, we haven't talked about a casket yet, so um, a simple, a more traditional wooden casket is going to be in the neighborhood of $2,000. You can get really beautiful, really ornate um, copper and or bronze caskets. Now you're looking at around $10,000 just for the casket. So you see, there's a lot of things, a lot of choices that are going to impact the cost of this service. Some cemeteries require a vault, which will they claim it prevents the ground from collapsing around the casket. That's entirely up to the cemetery. Okay, now here's something that you need to be very aware of. A pre-planned funeral account at a funeral home is not going to take into account these three things: the plot, the opening and closing, and the headstone. The burial plot. Where are you going to put this person? Um, the opening and closing. That's going to be in the neighborhood of $1,000 to $2,500. The burial plot could be $1,000 to $4,000, depending on where you're at. Are you in a major city? That's going to be a significant cost. Um, and the headstone, just the headstone alone, for a flat headstone, nothing really elaborate, is going to be at least $1,000. The now you can work your way up from there to an upright, um, rather ornate, can be $5,000. Just the marker. An upright tombstone can be $5,000, and you can get really elaborate from there. So this isn't a simple yes or no thing. There's a lot of decisions to be made here. So some forethought and some planning is really going to benefit you. Now let's go back to the prepaid funeral plan and final cost. You can see now where there's a significant difference between a prepaid plan at a funeral home that's attached to that doesn't account for everything. Now, final expense insurance is it's an insurance plan. When the event happens, the beneficiary is awarded a lump sum of money, and they don't have to account for every dime of that. They don't have to say, well, I would rather have this than that. You can spend it like on bringing in some out of town people, helping them with those travel plans. That's entirely up to the beneficiary. Now, if this has answered your questions, fantastic. If it hasn't, I encourage you to ask me some questions in the comments. And as always, you can cruise this channel and just type in your question, and most likely I have a video on answering that question.